Hey guys, Stephanie here. How are you? How are you today, friend? The keyboard was still in the way. Okay, so week or so ago, I showed y'all some of my Dollar Tree stashes. This is like super, super thin. So if you have a classroom door you wanted to hang one on, or you had a living room window you wanted to put it in, you could get some of those little suction cup hangers with the little hooks on them, and I think it would hang pretty easy because it's like super lightweight. Got to get this out of the way and get the other one out. Hang on just a second. I thought I was better organized than this, but I'm not, apparently. Oh, I thought I had everything pulled out. See Pete, my turtle? Pete's gonna hang out with us. Pete's keeping me company. I played with him and put some more colors on him from after our live. I added a little sunshine and some other stuff on there. Okay, so putting that down, grabbing the other one. Okay. So today, I'm using my Essential Stencil of the Month Club. Now they do have a lot of really cute stencils that are available all the time. But this is a special group that you have to sign up for, and it's a monthly. Well, you can pay for it monthly, or you can pay for like up to 6 months at a time. I think they have 3 options, a 3-month and a 6-month option. 6 months saved you a little money. And I got a bag when I first signed up. And I kind of like it. As far as the stencils go, the little gnomes that I did the other day, they were part of the stencil collection. So, and I've had several other ones that I've done different things with the tree that I did. So I've got a coupon code for you guys down here in the box. If you use that and go to essentialstencil.com, you should be able to get 10% off with that code. I am trying to decide what exactly I want to put on my cutesy little. Do I want to do like the subway art? Is that what it is, where it's got all the crazy words everywhere? Okay, let me pull all of these out. Let me show you what comes in the Essential Stencils Stencil of the Month. This is the Stencil of the Month for March 2021. And it came with this one. And these are all pretty big, so you'd have to you can tape off the part you want, but it's a decent size. I think it's 12 by 18. No, 12 by 16. 12 inches by 16. So you can, and then like if you look with our little wood piece here, you can move it this way and have some of it here. You could move it this way if you're more into the bees and buzz and rain, or you could have the bee and the peeps. You want chocolate and rainbows, and you wanted the Easter bunny in April, spring. You've got spring, sunshine. This is cute. Or you can put painter's tape over the words you don't want and use it in pieces. So there's that one, which I love. Then we have, and they always come with a nice thick piece of black paper that I use to help hold it against it and see what I want. So I'm going to turn this over, and we've got spring, a lovely reminder how beautiful change can be. Spring vibes, and see, we could do this on our egg, and we could have it say spring, and then do vibes underneath it. Or we've got birds chirping, flowers blooming, breeze blowing. Oh how I love spring. That one's cute too. I do like it. Or we've got this one. We've got follow the bunny. He has chocolate, and I think that's what I'm going to put on my egg. Chilling with my peeps, because you've got your peeps here, and you could put chilling with my peeps on here. Bunny kisses and Easter wishes, or hey peeps. So I think what I want to do is use the bunny behind from this one, like the fluffy bunny butt. Oh, I'm just pulling papers off of everywhere and losing them in the floor. Stay. Okay, so I've got this cute little fluffy bunny bottom. Okay, let me point this back down. I think it got pointed up. There we go. Got this cute little fluffy bunny bottom that we can put at the bottom. And then we can put, follow the bunny. He has chocolate. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got to turn that back over because I want it to be the right way. So I'm going to take these 2 pages and get them out of the way. This is my back cover. I typically keep mine in here just because it is way easier to keep everything in here and to keep it together in these bags. And they're pretty sturdy little bags. Okay, except when you like keep sticking them to stuff they shouldn't be stuck to. Stick to the table for a second. There we go. So I'm going to put those up. They do have an optional extra package that comes, and it has little, I get it, and I've got a little bitty bee and an Easter egg and a heart and a shamrock and those, so I may be playing with some, and the paw print and the music note and the apple up here, but it's got your lettering signs and things in this one, and that came this month. I think there was another one that came with a different month kit where it was a sign for the door kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to put, okay, let me move this. Do we want the bunny butt at top and then follow the bunny? He's got chocolate at the bottom. I think so. Or do we want the bunny bottom at the bottom and the words at the top? Questions. Let's get rid of this tag for one thing. And I'm like, what color are we going to do the background? What color do we want to do the background? I'm going to undo this so that I can get it on and off real easy. And I can paint the whole sign. See, the thing about this one is you could do it both ways. You could do it with the peeps on one side and the bunny on the other. I like blues, so I think I'm going to do it in, let's do an ombre egg. Yeah, let me get some ombre. Okay. All right. Sorry it took me a second. I just was trying to decide what colors, and I think these might be different enough. We shall see. So, and I think what I'm going to do is do the lettering in brown, because it's, or the chocolate, the word chocolate's going to be in brown at the very least. So let's see how different these colors are, because yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see how this one stacks up in here with them. This is our Bahama blue. Let's see. It's kind of a green blue. I think I'm going to start with that one at the top. Oh. All right, let's move the bunny out of the way for now and get our background done. And the neat thing about this is if you don't like it, we can always go back over it and change the color. All right, trying to get it thick enough. Sometimes these guys need a little bit of sanding and stuff, but this one was actually pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and hit the outer edge. I'm not going to worry about getting it wet and cleaning it off. I'm just going to start blending into the next color. If you're coming from a lighter color to a darker color, that's easy enough for you to do, and you really don't have to worry too much about rinsing your brush off between the two colors. If you're going the other direction, then you absolutely need to rinse your brush off because you will not get rid of the darker color and be able to see through it. Oh, okay, that's the wrong color. Grab the wrong one. I'm just going to set it on here then, since I know it's the right shade of blue now. Okay, and I'm going to come down to here. Kind of wiping that one in a little bit with some of the green in there with that Bahama blue in there. This was the Indian turquoise blue. And now I'm getting turquoise blue. Now this was Indian turquoise and this is turquoise blue. I am surprised at how much paint this is sucking up, but that's okay. It's wood and it's going to suck up a little bit of the color there. And there we go. That was easy enough. Pretty quick and simple. I am going to mute y'all for just a second and blow dry it because I know that it will be really loud if I don't. So I'll be back. All right, so before I forget, Monday I'm having some guest artists on. They're coming on and we are going to be painting the coolest. Is that my paint or is that imperfections in the wood? All right, I got it smoothed out. There was some bubbling over there. Okay, so I've got more paint over here. from around that edge. I'm going to wipe this down just a little bit on the back where it got on the edge of it. It's not a big deal to me, but except that I keep sticking my finger in it. Okay, so I need to lay this flat. I need it to be really flat where we're going to work. Okay. I went to Michael's and Hobby Lobby yesterday. That was probably not the smartest move, but I've got some glitter Mod Podge. I'm kind of excited to try it. Zoe said to get the Mega. So we got the Mega. And I've got some outdoor Mod Podge to put on my truck or some dishwasher safe. I really don't think I'm going to be putting my ceramic truck in the dishwasher, but I want it to be super well sealed. That way if an opened candy falls in it, it won't mess the ceramic up. Anyway, so I've got these three to the side. We need some color. Okay, so do we put the bunny bottom up here? And then the words down here? Or do we put the bunny bottom down here and the words up there? Follow the bunny. He's got chocolate. And then I think I want to put the bunny at the top. So I'm going to put this over here and we're going to do the bunny. What color bunny do we need? What color bunny? He is going to go right about there, I believe. And I'm going to get me a little piece of painter's tape just to kind of secure him in place. I use painter's tape. You could use masking tape. I just tried to attach just enough to keep it from wiggling too much. For the most part, as long as your surface is smooth, I don't have a lot of bleed, but you want to make sure you hold them in the right spot. So I need some grays. What do you think? A gray bunny and a white tape? Okay, so I've got my acrylic, really thick white acrylic. I think I'm going to do his tail with that. I'm going to kind of sponge it up and down. Might do a regular white and then come back with that. Okay, and then I've got two shades of gray. I've got a light one and a really light one. I think I'm going to use I'm going to go get the other one. I've got a darker one. I think I'm going to get the dark one after all. Okay, so I'm going to use Elephant Gray. It's a apple barrel because he's cute, and it's just going to be so cute. Okay. Paint boogers are not my friend. All right. Now, I'm using a makeup brush that this part got cut off of because it got used and it was just like really a mess. And I'm just going to go up and down. And remember, you need to offload. You don't want too much paint. When you're doing this, you can do it in layers. You can come back and add more as needed, but you can't really. You have to almost start over if you get too much in there from the get-go. I don't happen to have any great. Okay, I have stenciling brushes somewhere, but I don't. Anyway, I have some somewhere, but I don't know what I've done with them, so I'm just rolling with this one. The sponge. The sponge works pretty good too, and it gives you a lot of control. I'm going ahead and laying some gray down underneath where my white's going to be. Because if the white sticks through and you see his backside through there, it will be okay. I'm also laying some of the darker gray for the toward the bottom of the feet. And I think it'll be okay. All right, that was that one. And I'm going to go ahead and take this really light gray. And it is a Deco Art, it's sand gray. And I'm going to put just a little bit in his tail area. Just to trying to give him some streaking in his feet. I don't know why, but my brain says that would be cute. We don't want too much gray, too much of the light gray on his body, but on the bottom of his feet, my brain says it'll be cute. All right, so we've got that one done, and up it goes. And where I forgot to offload really well up here at the top, we've got just a little bit on there. I'm going to go ahead and take a wipe and wipe this down. I try to keep mine kind of wiped down at least as best I can because I don't like the build up if I don't have to have build up. So I think it helps them to last a little longer. Not that they don't last. I think cleaning them helps to keep a smooth transfer in the future, although it's not required. I know several of these brand ambassadors for Essential Stencils that do not clean them off. They'll pick it up and it'll be covered in paint where they've already done it 2 or 3 times, and it is fine and it works dandy. So I'm not trying to say you have to. I'm just saying I try to, when I can, maintain mine as well as I can. All right, so I'm going to put this one over here. And I think I'm going to touch up just that teeny little bit around that bunny really fast. Just right here. I did not offload well enough. There we go. Y'all, this is not for the faint of heart. Nah, actually, it's fun and it can be relaxing. When you're a perfectionist, it doesn't work real well. And I think what I'm going to do is take my light gray that I put in there, and I'm going to hit those pads on his feet. I don't want the blue on him. So I'm just taking me a little liner brush, a liner size brush, and filling in the pads of his feet right fast. Alrighty, so what color should I do the rest of the word, y'all? I'm going to do chocolate in brown because I have a color that's called melted chocolate. I think it's an apple barrel, but it'll be fun to use that. But what do you think what color should we do the rest of the words? Okay. Now, using the same little brush, because I don't want a big brush to do this, I'm going to squeeze out some of this really thick, artist acrylic paint. Now that was a massive pink booger. I probably won't need loads of it. Well, if I can get any to come out, I will. I'm going to have to open the bottle and get it out that way. Okay. So, because this is a thicker paint, and I'm not worried about flattening it out here, I'm attempting to, okay, let me get this out and get it over here on this, because I don't want to get this all covered in gray or anything and then have it get all in my white. I do have some more white though. All right, so I've got some out here. So, and I'm just going to hit around this and kind of come straight up because I kind of want it to have that fluffy look like a bunny tail. I used to raise rabbits when I was a little girl. I had some lops. That's the lop-eared bunnies. And I had Lacey and Leo. They were black and white, and they were so cute. So cute. They were just adorable little bunnies. One of my brothers had chinchillas, and they were the gray ones that, oh, they were so soft. That thing was huge. Okay, I'm going to say it was huge. It really wasn't huge, but to me, as a little person, as a smaller, younger person, they seemed like they were ginormous because compared to my little lops, that bunny was a big bunny. Okay. I'm just kind of going over all the edges of it there. Like I said, I'm just going straight up and down, kind of pouncing it in there with my little brush because I'm not wanting to smear it out. I want it to have that textured look. So that bunny is done. All right, so for our Peeps son, for our Follow the Bunny, he has chocolate. Okay, we're gonna move these out of the way. Okay, Follow the Bunny, he has chocolate. I think that looks lined up. I'm going to put a couple of these down. Definitely want melted chocolate. Okay, I'm going to put these up while I'm going over here. We've got melted chocolate. And we're going to do some yellow. I think yellow would look really good on there. Let's do some yellow. I think yellow would look really good. And I've just got bright yellow from Craft Smart just because. And I'm just going to grab a different sponge since I'm here right now. And I'm gonna push it down pretty tight. I did not upload. Come on, Steph, think. Yellow is going to take a couple of coats to really cover. Now, you could, if you wanted, trace these letters with a pencil. I've had to do it before because my surface wasn't flat. And then you can go over it with a paint marker, paintbrush, a thin liner, those kind of things. Okay, I think the word bunny needs to be in a different color. So I'm doing it the color that the bunny is. The yellow underneath it. Let's see how that turns out. I think I need some more of that gray. What's funny is I used elephant gray to do my bunny. Okay. Okay. But yeah, those bunnies were a whole armful, the chinchillas were, when we were little. And I just remember thinking they were just so big. And they really aren't huge, but they were big. I think when I was little, when I was younger, when we did these bunnies, I was still kind of smaller. So they just seemed like they were two armfuls. Because they were to me. They were huge. Okay. Now I'm going to do another coat of the yellow before I get any brown on there. How's that? Because I want my follow the and he has to be really bright yellow. Okay, and now I'm going to put my melted chocolate, and it is another apple barrel one. And I'm going to take, I'm just going to use that yellow, the sponge that had the yellow on it, because the chocolate should cover it pretty well. And offload, offload, offload. If I have problems, it's probably going to be because I didn't offload like I needed to. Because I was in too big a hurry because I'm so excited to be doing this. I don't actually just pick up my stencils and just go to town like I did this morning. I typically have to think for days, and I saw the egg sitting there. I said, I bought that to do a life with. So I think I'm going to do a life, and I think I'm going to use my stencils, and I'm just going to have loads of fun. And I didn't stop long enough to think to talk myself into making a plan. Does that make sense? Sometimes you can talk yourself into a plan and making yourself have a very specific plan. And I slow myself down when I do that. All right, so I'm going to hang this where it won't get all over me, hopefully. That's the other thing that tape's good for. When you peel it up, you can use it to help hold it off to the side over here. Keep from getting it all over you and having it everywhere. All right, so I need to get my blue really fast because I need my little liner brush. Because, again, I didn't offload good. It's all on me. I'm not a great offload person yet. I'm getting there. Y'all say hi. If you come in, if you'll say hi, I would love to chit chat with you. Ask you what's going on in your world. What kind of art projects are you working on? And I am thinking of starting like a Tuesday flower tutorial type thing, or a Thursday, maybe both days. I don't know. Okay. Okay. There's still lots of wet brown in there, so I'm trying to not ooze that everywhere. But for the most part, I did okay. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain coming in, but I can. It's moving in, the storm's picking up. We've got some inclement weather, we'll call it, coming in. All right, so now I have to hit the bunny where I did it in yellow, and I don't like it in the yellow as much as I did in the gray. So I'm going to hit the gray and kind of cover up where it didn't. Now see, I think he's going to need another color or a different coat on him because that bunny's not very dark. You can't hardly read it, can you? And then my has, oh, man, I really boogered that one up. I way had too much paint on there, didn't I? I was too excited. I got in too big a hurry. That's better. Well, this is kind of where it comes into that blended part, and I kind of got to have both colors to do it. Oh. All right. Okay. So I need to figure out. Okay, wait. One more drop of that one. And my top up here. And right here by this. And kind of in the bottom here. Just kind of blending into the other one. Hey, Boo.
Hi.
Ready for some math help?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be done in just a second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to have a get cereal. I'm so hungry.
Okay. Well, go for it. Go for it. I am going to go over this really quick. I'm still trying to decide what color to redo the word bunny. It just doesn't seem like that gray is going to pop like I was hoping it would. That's the wrong color altogether. Going for the yellow when I reach into the blue. All right, so I will probably be hitting this with some highlights. I'm going to put a few little, I'm going to get a little bit of yellow on here real quick and take my words and do just a few little, I can get it to hold on to that and stay at a point. That would be helpful. I'm just going to kind of do my letters here like that with a little touch of that yellow, just to give it a little bit of a highlight. And try and hit the words where they're going to have some of that at that angle. All right. So we have some highlights, and I'm going to say some, it looks kind of streaky because I didn't want it to be like a super solid on there either. Okay. So we need to figure out what color we want to do the bunny word, the word bunny. I don't like the gray. Should I go for it in white? Should I do the lighter gray? The lighter gray it is. Because it is definitely showing up. Okay, this brush is driving me mad. This one will do the job for sure. Okay, so the lighter gray. I am not going to try and line up my stencil again where I had that little bit of bleed on the yellow anyway. So I'm just going to take my brush and go over it. Normally I try not to make more work for myself, but that was just not showing up, and I think that one's going to show up way better. What do y'all think? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So All right, guys. Sorry, you know how it is when you get in the zone. You just kind of zone out for a minute. Okay. And that was a little bit of that yellow bleed there. That's why that hue is coming up a little bit higher than I want. It's coming up to kind of cover that little bit of yellow where I got too excited. It's all right. We'll be there. We'll get it good. All right. Last letter. Yay. Hey, Tammy, how are you this morning? I just decided I was going to do my live early today. I'm trying to start getting them in a little earlier. I know that Tuesdays are kind of rough because we've got ladies' Bible class in the morning. And I thought I'd do my Dollar Tree door hanger, window hanger thingy. Zoe wasn't feeling great yesterday most of the day, and we had a rough night the night before, so we didn't get much math done yesterday. So I'm trying to hurry so we can finish her math. Hey, babe. Going to sit on the porch.
I'm going to watch it rain for a minute.
I'm in the front room in the house here, so I'm going out to the front porch. Is coming through my studio across behind me here. All right, I'm almost done with this. Yay! I used my Essential Stencils, Stencil of the Month stencils. Kind of mad at myself because I don't use them more often. And that's why I do this when I do use them, because I don't use them that often. I get too excited and get in too big a hurry. I roll fast instead of taking my time and doing it right. Okay. So I'm going to turn this so I can polish this tea up just a little bit because it looks a little sloppy down there. But then again, melted chocolate's supposed to look that way, right? And that was the color I used. All right. Okay, well, I think that I want to put some gray in here on. Yeah, I want some chocolate too. That's why I keep telling myself I probably shouldn't have done this sign. Quietly, I keep telling myself I shouldn't have done this sign because I want chocolate. I know I want chocolate. I used the thicker acrylic paint for his tail. I think I like it with that extra. I'm using that darker gray to just kind of give it a couple little tracings in there to. It's not real heavy. It's not like it's super highlights or anything. It's just kind of enough to add a little bit more to the bunny. You know what I think I'm going to do is go around his body right here. With just a little bit of this brown. Very narrow, very thin. don't want it to be like super heavy outlined, but I do want it to have a little bit of that edge there so that you can kind of see where his foot is versus his body. I get too excited when I'm using these things and I go way too fast. Now, this is not a necessary step, especially if you manage to offload really well. But I get a little messy with mine, so I typically want to go back and add just that little bit of extra to make sure that I've got it where it's not looking too rough. I was kind of coming in here and giving him that's a lot more light in there than that lighter one in there than I was expecting. I was trying to give him some little streaks because if I remember, my bunny had lots of hairs, kind of fuzzy, and colors were like laying over and stuff. So you always had a little bit of that light hair and that dark hair both kind of in there. So I was trying to add some layers of those in there. And I'm kind of trying to cover some of the blue of it, but I don't think it's terrible bad, but it's just not my preference to have that in there. But where I sponged it on, I was trying to not go too thick, and I may just not have the patience for stencils. How's that? We'll just go with that. So when I'm doing it, I like to take my hairdryer and dry it and go on. And it's kind of hard to do that with the stencils if you need to add another layer to your stencil. It's not as easy to do that. Okay. All right, I think I'm done now. Well, hang on. Grab just that little bit of brown. Down there. I'm actually going to grab just a little bit more of the white and kind of right there. What you think, boss? It says follow the bunny. He has chocolate. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And we'll talk to you later. You have a great day.